I was going to college and had college deferments. And when I graduated from college, the war was still going on and I had to serve 2 years in the Navy. Finished college, and I went to Long Beach Naval Station after I finished school, and I waited for my orders, and they were to go to Mobile Construction Battalion at Port Hueneme. And I spent 2 years at Point Hueneme, but about 14 of those 2 years were in Vietnam. I was in charge of, I had a lot of different, I managed the materials like a lumber yard where the lumber was coming in and it would be going out to the job sites because it's CBs. I was in charge of that, and I ran the concrete finishing crew, and I helped on forming. You basically worked 6.5 days a week. You only had a half day off on Sundays. I remember one day when I was in the lumber in the where we store all the 2x4s and the plywood and stuff, and I was getting some 2x4s for a job that we were working on, and I had a Cambodian security guard with me, and I picked up a 2x4, and when I picked up the 2x4 there was a snake, and a Cambodian fellow told me, he didn't speak much English, but he said it was a 32-step snake, meaning that if it bit you, you only had about 32 steps before you died. We had a warrant officer, which was basically an enlisted man that worked his way up to an officer, but we didn't have a commissioned officer in charge of us. So we had a warrant officer, and our chief petty officers would be in charge, and they're basically enlisted men that just worked their way up the ranks. But the officers, I didn't really have much contact with them. We did letters. You write letters, and every day I would get mail, and it would come, and then we would get Armed Services radio. I was given the combat Vietnamese medal. I was given a Navy citation for work I did in Vietnam. Others that were similar type stuff, about 3 or 4.
What I learned from this project is how brave all these men were to be sacrificing their lives for our country. I also learned some facts about the Vietnam War, and that it was a very long and unpopular war that lasted from 1956 to 1975.